Yo, Leo, here we are again. Welcome to this general sun, moon, rising reading. It's a pleasure to be here for all you wonderful people. I'm just giving the cards a few shuffles as I speak for the sign of Leo. If you're a cross watcher dealing with a Leo, you might find this interesting. Well, let's get on. If you do want to inquire about a personal reading, please use the email in the description box below. Here we go. What's going on for the sign of Leo? What's going on for the sign of Leo? A lot of stress, Nine of Swords. You're in your element here, though, Leo. I'm kind of getting some of you are actually enjoying this, right? Some of you aren't, though. There is a lot of stress and thought here. I'm kind of getting, but some of you, there is a relationship or situation that is about to get real, and it's coming out of that mindset, and taking physical action towards it. Whether this is sorting finances out, buying and selling property, travel, all that sort of stuff's included. Okay, but this card is telling me there's a great opportunity here, but you are certainly not sure about it. You're only going to pursue this if you see it advantageous to yourself. In other words, an improvement into your present lifestyle. Okay. It's balancing yourself out is a bit of a challenge. Getting, control of your emotions, making kind of impartial decisions or making well balanced decisions about this. It could be a bit of a struggle for some of you. Okay. And I'm getting for a couple of you, getting somebody's attention is a big problem. It's like you want to pursue a relationship, but they're kind of either not interested or they've taken a step back or, they won't commit, all that sort of stuff. What is the challenge? Following your heart. Okay. There's also some past energy to deal with for a lot of you. All right. Travel could be a problem. But whatever this is, it's locking up all your energies. Okay. Because there's a kind of a stalemate here. You do see the potential in this. Thing is, with that Knight of Cups there, you don't want to repeat past emotional turmoil. That's for sure. Nor with this. Okay. How are you viewing the connection? How are you viewing the connection? Well, you're trying to assess on the practical side, finances, property, location, etc., schooling if there's children, job prospects if you're not got children, if you're single, whatever your status, you're kind of assessing the way forward with this. All right. You feel you've been very patient. Kind of the guidance with this card is patience and persistence will pay off. Okay, it will pay off eventually. The question is, how much stamina have you got? A lot of you are uncertain about what do you actually want. There's this Virgo energy. It's kind of like you want some kind of inspiration, something to work with from this person. What happened in the past here? Well, things went quiet, very quiet. I'm kind of getting there was a cut-off point without any explanation. Ooh. It's somebody here where their focus was distracted. This is inexplicable to you. Okay. There's no kind of rhyme or reason for what's just happened. Yeah. It's producing a lot of conflict and regret here. Some of you might have to. The advice with that Five of Swords is some of you might have to consider walking away. But there's a lot of conflict around this person. Something to do with family, maybe a child. Moving on from the conflict between you two is also a problem. Hey. I guess somebody can't get over a loss, whether this is you or the person. What won't you see coming? Well, like I said, patience and persistence. All of a sudden, this person's going to come flying in, okay, with lots of news, maybe bombard you and give you the recognition you deserve, but they've also got something else to say, and maybe you won't be truly happy with it because the Six of Wands is you getting your success. Okay, this person is finally coming forward. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. Okay, from your point of view, you get your success, you get the attention, but it comes with certain conditions, and this person is quick to point out conditions attached to this. Wow. I'm getting some very persuasive communication coming in. How are they viewing how's your person viewing the situation? Ooh. They've got a lot of distractions. They don't know which way to go. They're a bit afraid with that moon energy there. They feel very, very inhibited. They're on the point of actually, right this moment, they're kind of on the point on whether to walk away or go ahead. They haven't quite made a decision here. From their point of view, it depends on whether you can accept, you know, their situation to a degree, because they certainly want to put their situation to you. You see, they're pretty open-minded, or they want to be open-minded about it. They don't like kind of this person doesn't view this relationship with any kind of fixated ideas or ambitions. It's like they keep getting distracted. They're certainly not making any decisions. Whatever's going on in their sphere, it's locking up all their energies. I'm kind of getting there's some conflict in their sphere. Okay. They've got split loyalties. There's loyalties here to family and perhaps a child. All right. But between them and you, they want reciprocity. They kind of want your support through a bad time. But you're not sure, even if you give them the support, that it's all going to go your way. Some of you may walk away because there's too many conditions. I mean, the energy between you is certainly love or very, very strong feelings. But, with the Lover's card, this Gemini energy, I'm getting this trying to get an understanding between you two. I'm getting a very, very swift moving relationship. Maybe things are going too quick for this person. Maybe they want to slow it down. Maybe you want to slow it down, but there's a slowing down energy here. It all hinges on a decision. But there's a huge desire for change in the situation. Now, whether this is you saying to them, like, look, we need a decision. Are we actually going to do something about this? Or I need to know what you actually want, what your intentions are. It's kind of like the need to get more information before making any decision. But you see, this moon energy, this fear, this not knowing where it's going. Intuition is very, very strong here. For some of you, your intuition has been kicking in and screaming things at you and you've been kind of ignoring it. Yeah, these two cards are saying, look, at least make intuitive choices. Listen to your intuition. You don't have to make a decision based solely on intuition, but listen to it. You know, it can be a regretful situation if you go in without, you know, thinking and just jumping in. There's a bit of pride and ego attached to this as well. The big question is, are you going into this relationship through pride, or are you actually being intuitive? That's the real decision. That's a decision you must decide for yourself. What are your reasons for pursuing this relationship? It's just saying be cautious about your motives, because you could end up in a situation where it's a bit regretful or it's disappointing and not turning out the way you want it. Caution is the key. Take care. That's it for now.